Hello everyone, it's Beth Goody from Goody Goods on Instagram, and this is now my 4th video on YouTube, and I'm very excited to share with you guys what I've been working on, what I've completed, and some fun goodies that I've gotten in the mail. So let's get right into it. So I've been sharing with you guys all of the testing quilts that I've been working on, and I am so pleased to say that I finished the Moon Medallion quilt from Creating Quilts by Heather. I finally finished it last night. It wasn't without a few hiccups along the way. I feel like every quilter can relate. I finished last night and I was so excited, and I laid it out on the floor and almost immediately noticed that some sections were not how they should have been. So I spent probably 2 hours seam ripping the entire edge of the quilt and then another edge, so three borders of the quilt, and it's a pretty big quilt, and then having to like flip them and rearrange them. So I was pretty frustrated with myself last night, but I wasn't going to leave it how it was because it was wrong. So yeah, that's how my night went. But after I seam ripped it and sewed it back together, it ended up looking great. So I'm going to share a video of it outside in the pretty sunlight, because if I try and show it right now, just the lighting in here just won't do any justice. So I'm really happy that I finished this last night. I think it looks amazing, and I think Heather did a really good job with the pattern. I've never done a medallion quilt before. I don't know if that's like a style of quilting or what, but there was a lot of piecing and it was very intricate, but I'm really proud of myself for pushing through. I feel like I've been doing a ton of foundation paper piecing, so my skills for traditional piecing are a little rusty, but it's okay. We powered through and we made a beautiful quilt, and I already have in mind what edge-to-edge design I want. I'm gonna send this to my friend Kelly with Steel City Quilt Co. She has a long arm. I'm going to do the design Propel, and I think I'm going to do it in some light pink thread so that it can pop a little bit, but this is the quilt. It is so pretty, and I think in the future I'm gonna have to make another one because I really did have a lot of fun with this. It was challenging, and I like a challenge, and it ended up looking great. So I'm really looking forward to getting it quilted and cuddling up with it on the couch. I don't know what kind of batting I want to use. I don't know if I want it to be light or like a wool batting so that it's a little bit warmer, but I would like to use this quilt year round, so maybe we'll just do like a regular cotton. But yes, it looks so good. I'm so proud of myself. Look at it. This is using all Allison Glass fabric, and it looks amazing. So if you're interested in this pattern, please go check out Creating Quilts on Instagram. Heather is literally so nice, and she should be releasing the pattern very soon. She is just posting her version of the quilt, I think today. So by the time this is posted, it should be on her Instagram, and I don't have a specific release date for the pattern, but it shouldn't be that long. But yes, I just think it's so pretty. And like I said, it wasn't without having a few mishaps along the way. I did do some miscutting. I think I brought out Jack like 3 or 4 times during this quilt, so there's some like crazy threads everywhere. I'm wearing a black sweatshirt, and every time I've worked on this, there's just been threads like everywhere. But yes, it's so pretty, and the colors. The Allison Glass is just gorgeous. This is the first Allison Glass fabric that I've ever purchased, and I think I'm a fan now. I think I am a forever fan because her colors and her patterns are just really, really stunning. And I think it did the pattern justice. So speaking of the mishaps, I had to go back to the quilt shop. I went to Casey Makers, my local quilt shop, because she carries Allison Glass, and I had to rebuy some of the fabric. I had to buy a fat quarter of this green, and then I had to buy another fat quarter of the background fabric because I miscut and I didn't have enough to fix my mistake. So while I was there, I ended up picking up the binding fabric and the backing fabric that I'm going to use for it. I'm planning on just binding it with the fabric that I used on the background. I feel like a pattern like this, a quilt top like this, deserves to shine, and I usually use my binding as a way to border my quilts. I think it really ties it off nicely and gives it a nice framing moment, but I think that this quilt top just needs to shine the way it was designed because it is really pretty. So I am going to do this in hopes that it just blends in with the quilt top. You won't even notice there's a binding on it. So I'm really thinking that's going to be beautiful. And then for the backing, I originally was thinking maybe the orange fabric that I used in the quilt and these little square and square blocks. I thought that would be pretty, but I changed my mind because I'm not a huge orange fan. But then I also thought maybe I'd use this really pretty green fabric. I think this is just gorgeous. I'm not sure what the names are. I'm not really familiar with Alison Glass, like her collection names and everything. I'm usually really good about knowing like my favorite designers and all the fabric lines, but since I'm new to her, I'm not going to try and say what they are, so maybe I'll just put it right here. So in case you want to go grab some from your local quilt shop, you can do that as well. So this is the backing that I chose. And it's a green, so I'm really happy about that. And it's just a little bit different from the other one. Let's see if that'll pull out on the camera. But it's got a little bit more in the pattern, it's more detailed, and it's a darker green. So I'm thinking that it will kind of camouflage any stains or anything as the quilt gets older, and you know, every quilt in this house is well loved. We have 3 kids, so if there's any stains or anything that might happen to it, I'm thinking that this is going to hide it a lot better than the other one. This other green does not have as much going on in the pattern, and it's a little bit lighter, so there's a lot of space to where if there was a stain, you would definitely see it. So this is what this quilt's gonna look like, and I think it's gonna be really pretty. I think that the green and the pink is just gonna pop really well, so the binding's gonna look really pretty on the back. And then again, I'm thinking pink thread, so the pink thread is really gonna shine on the back, and you're gonna be able to see that edge-to-edge design really nicely. So once that's all done, I will be sure to share with you guys the full completed quilt with all the quilting and the binding all done, and I'll take some pretty photos of it maybe down at the park or in a creek or something, because I think this quilt deserves all of the pictures and all of the videos because it's beautiful. Okay, so that's one test project done. I still have the duck pattern from Paper and Pieced that I need to work on, but I ended up binding 2 of the quilts that I made for my children recently. I made them trucks / Paw Patrol quilts, and they've just been hanging up on my clothes rack, and they've been quilted by my friend Kelly, and she chose a really cool truck design, so they're really, really fun. And they've just been sitting here while I work on everything else. So today I was able to bind one, and I let them choose what they wanted the binding to be. And I thought to save time, I would use some of my pre-cut binding strips that I've had in my stash for quite some time. And I had rainbow, I had a green tie-dye, I had red, and a solid green, I believe. And both of them chose to have their quilts bound in this rainbow material, so it actually saved me a lot of time because it's already cut in half. And yeah, so I was able to do my son's quilt, and I have my daughter's quilt to go. I'll show you hers because it's right down here. This is my daughter's quilt. It's simply pieced. It looks like little roads on the top and the bottom. I thought that was really cute with the yellow strip in the middle. And then can you see the quilting on that? How freaking cute is that? So that's all over. And then the backing is Paw Patrol. They are obsessed with Paw Patrol. So I figured easy peasy. They get trucks and they get Paw Patrol, and they'll love it. So I'm going to be binding this one in rainbow as well. I figure why not? It's fun, it's for the kids, and I think it's cool that they got to pick their own thing. And funny story about these, so when I first started quilting, I did not know how to bind. I watched a lot of videos and I just wasn't really confident myself, so I thought buying these would help me. And I think I bound my first quilt, or maybe like my 3rd quilt, using this material, and it's like a satin material. It's really slippery. Yeah, it did not go well. I don't know why I thought that'd be a good idea. It kept slipping and moving underneath my needle. So if you're just starting out and you think that this is going to be easier for you, I would go with a cotton material for a all ready to go binding strip, because this was actually really difficult. But now that I'm a little bit more experienced with binding, I had no issue today, and it ended up being really helpful to just get it done because it's already ironed in half and it's one long strip. So I think I only had to join once because I was just short, and I have a ton of these. So I was okay. I have really fun news. So I really like to test, if you couldn't tell. And I saw on Instagram recently someone asking for testers for her pattern. It is a full foundation paper pieced quilt top, and it is gorgeous. It's circular, it's rainbow, it's all of these amazing things. If you want to see the picture of it, I'll put it right here. But the pattern is from Quarter Life Leap, and she picked me to be one of her testers, and I'm so glad she did. So I ordered some fabric for that pattern, and I'm really excited. It's been sitting in the package and I have not opened it. It's from Libs Elliot. It's my first time purchasing Libs Elliot fabric. The line is Phosphor. It's gorgeous online. I have not seen it in person, so I thought I would open it with you guys. So I'll open this first one. So the pattern requires 24 fat quarters, so I had to get 2 of the same fat quarter bundle, and I'm planning on doing the pattern like split in half, so the colors are going to be done twice. And then the trim fabric I also purchased, and it's also in a bag, so I will open these up and show you guys, and I'm so excited. I've been very patient because I was like, I need to wait till I film so I can share it on YouTube. So this is the package. Yep, my address is not on that side. Good. I can already see a little bit of it, and it's really pretty. I'm trying to open this like quietly. Oh my gosh, this is really pretty. So I ordered this fabric off of Etsy. I am gonna do a video later on about where I buy my fabric, and this time I chose Etsy because the places that I shop don't carry Libs Elliot, so I chose to support a small business on Etsy. Oh my goodness, this is so pretty. So online, it kind of looks like the fabric is sparkling. I don't know if it's just because it's on like a computer and the screen can't really pick up the texture on this, but it's more of like a denim texture. Should we open one of these up and look at each color? Because wow. I don't know if you can see the texture. I'm really hoping that it's picking up on the texture. I mean, even on here it kind of looks sparkly, so maybe that's the effect it's going to give on the quilt, which I'm totally okay with. I think it's really pretty, and it's another designer who seems to just wow people with colors because these are really pretty. Alright, so let's just go fabric by fabric. The top one you saw is the pink. Gorgeous. Red. Orange. Light orange. Yellow. When you get picked to do a rainbow quilt, you go full rainbow. So while I was picking these out, I was trying to find something. At first, the first collection that came to my mind that I already had in my stash that might have worked was gelato, and I had 24 at the perfect amount. But my concern with gelato is it's an ombre fabric, so it would prove to be a little bit tricky when it comes to piecing, especially since the shapes in this quilt are broken up a lot, so the ombre would kind of make it look a little crazy, and I am not up for tedious fussy cutting, especially trying to match ombres up, so I decided that gelato would not work. And so I was looking all over the place. Initially, I was going to go for Allison Glass. I had just worked on the Moon Medallion Quilt that I just showed you, and I really love the colors, but I saw that Yvette Renee with Yvette Renee Creations, she also has a YouTube, I saw that she was using Phosphor by Libs Elliott on her Judy Niemeyer quilt, and I thought it was really pretty. These colors just pack a punch. Look at those all lined up together. They're so pretty. So she kind of inspired me to try something new again. I tried something new when I bought Allison Glass and I was not disappointed, so I figured I would try something new again and it would work out, and I'm really happy that I did, because these are just going to make a really pretty quilt, I think. So let me show you the trim fabric. These are the two bundles stacked up together. I'm going to offset them where I'm going to start on one color at the top of the circle, go down, and then start at the first one again. So the first and last colors are going to meet at the top and the first and last colors are going to meet at the bottom. I think that's going to be really cool. It's going to split the pattern in half and kind of give it a different look. I also had the idea, if I wasn't going to do rainbow, I thought it'd be cool to get black to white, like a full gradient bundle with 24 pieces that goes from black all the way to white, and then in the in-between pieces, putting in some like neon rainbow colors. I thought that would be really cool too, but once I saw Phosphor, I had to go for it. I also purchased this on Etsy, and wow, this looks amazing. This is going to be really pretty. So this is Beguiled. It's Libs Elliott as well, I believe. And this is going to be the trim. So it's going to have the solid rainbow going on in the center, and then this is going to be like on the rim of the circle, and it's so pretty. I thought it'd be really cool to not just do a solid white and to have something that has all of the colors, and man, it's just gonna tie it all together really well, I believe. Oh my goodness. I really like this fabric. So this is a little sneak peek of what's to come, and I will be sure to keep you guys updated with how that's going, and I will also share my duck when I finish that. I love when businesses give cards. Look how pretty that card is. That is so cute. I love the floral. So I usually keep all of the cards that I get from small businesses and I hang them up on my corkboard behind me. So I think I'm going to keep this one as well because it's really cute. I have one more thing to share with you guys, and it is a Stripology ruler, the XL size, and I've been contemplating buying this for a while. It's kind of a big purchase, so I've avoided it for a while. But my friend Kelly, she was so sweet and she ordered it for me, and it is amazing. I have not used it yet. I was going to use it on the Moon Medallion quilt, but I had already made so much progress on cutting by the time that I had ordered it, so I haven't used it yet, but I will use it very soon. I'm thinking that I'm going to use it for binding strips a lot and stuff like that. So let me show you. This is the Stripology ruler. It's huge, and I haven't even opened it yet. I don't know how I'm gonna store this. I usually hang up all of my rulers on my wall behind me, but this is obviously a little big, so I think I'm gonna store it in between my table and the part that is raised. So there's like a really nice little crevice in there that I like to put my pattern binders and my extra pressing mats and everything in there. So I think this will fit really nicely. So let me unpackage it. I was very patient and I did not open all of my fun goodies because I wanted to share with you guys. I am a huge Creative Grids fan. They make amazing rulers and amazing templates. And the way I've heard people rave about this, I'm sure this one is going to be no different from their others. Let me show you. It might be hard since it's transparent, but these are really well marked. So they've got your 1/2 inch marks in between each inch, and then it's got your inch marks. So it's very well labeled, so it's going to make for easy, quick cutting. And if you think about it, it does take a lot of time to pick up your ruler and like reposition, pick it up, reposition, pick it up, reposition. So I have no doubt that this is going to cut down a lot of time for when I'm cutting. But it is so cool, and I'm so happy to have it in my ruler collection. A couple weeks ago, I had ordered the mini Oliso iron. I filmed an unboxing video, but I decided not to upload it because there were some kinks in the video. But I figured that I wouldn't really give it a review until I've used it for a while, and I used it for a lot of the blocks on the Moon Medallion quilt. So I got well acquainted with this iron, and I am planning on doing a comparison video with the Steamfast iron and the mini Oliso iron. Those are the two main mini irons that I see being used by quilters, so I thought it'd be nice to do a comparison in case you haven't bought a mini iron and you weren't sure which way to go. Here it is. I'm going to use it for a little bit longer so that my review can be as transparent and honest as possible, but here it is. It's really cute. That's all I'm going to say for now. So keep an eye out for that video. I'm not sure when I'm going to record it. I have a lot of fun ideas for you guys. I have comparison videos. I have unboxing videos. I have collection videos. Do you want to see my stash? Do you want to see my scraps? Do you want to see my rulers and stuff like that? I'm going to be sharing a lot on here. But for now, you're just going to have to wait, and I will do a video soon. So another fun thing that I have to share with you guys is that I signed up to do a class this month. It's going to be in a few weeks, and it's Dana Ella Jones. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right, but it's called Demystifying Designs, and she's going to teach us how to make foundation paper piecing patterns. Not only is she going to show us on pen and paper, but she's going to bring it over to Electric Quilt software and show us how to work in there to create our patterns, and I am so excited. I have had Electric Quilt and it's very intimidating. It's not really user friendly, and a lot of the videos on YouTube don't really cover foundation paper piecing. A lot of the people using that software are using it for traditional piecing, which is fine, but I need all of the help I can get for FPP. So I signed up for this class, and I'm really looking forward to it. So here are the supplies that I had to get for the class, and I'm just going to show them to you. So this is translucent vellum paper. There's 55 sheets in here. I have not opened it. I don't think I will until my class starts. I had to get a special type of mechanical pencil. These are B-lead, I believe. It doesn't say, but yeah, I had to buy some fancy smanchy pencils for the class, and I'm sure there's a reason for that. Not complaining at all. I am happy to have some fancy pencils in my studio. And then I also had to get grid vellum paper. So this is some like graphing vellum paper. And I believe the vellum paper is just lighter. It'll be more translucent than regular paper. Not sure. And then I also had to get freezer paper sheets. So these are the freezer paper sheets that I had to order. I got all of these on Amazon. These supplies I couldn't find at Joann or any of the craft stores near me, so that's why I chose Amazon. I usually try to not buy a lot of things off Amazon, but it is very nice when there's nowhere else that is carrying this nearby. So these are all my supplies for my class, and I will be sure to share with you guys how it goes. My plan is to make some patterns. I'm not going to be selling patterns for quite some time. I'm not sure what the timeline is going to look like, but I really just want to make patterns and share them on Instagram for free and see other people making my designs. I think that would be really cool. So on my last video, I shared that there were a lot of quilters and crafters who were selling their patterns and donating all of the proceeds to help Ukraine, and I have a few more to add to the list. So in my last video, I mentioned Quiet Play had a block, Kohatu Patterns has a block, and I believe it was Happy So Lucky also had posted a block. And since then, there has been so many more people sharing patterns and making donations to the cause. Mr. Domestic, he has a crocheted sunflower pillow pattern, and I believe he's raised over $10,000 already. So I will share the links all in my description, but he has a pattern, Tomty Studios, I'm hoping I'm not saying that wrong, but they also have a pattern that they released. Tamara Kate has a pattern that she recently released, and it is beautiful. And the last one is Sasha Quilts. She is actually in Ukraine right now. She has a lot of patterns in her shop. Go check out her website, go check out her Etsy, and go give her a follow on Instagram, and let's just do what we can. I just think it's really cool how everyone is working together and doing what they can to help out, and I just wanted to give you guys all of the resources in case you were looking to buy more patterns to support Ukraine. But that's all I have to share with you guys, so thank you for watching my video. I'm planning on uploading videos each week, so I hope that you can subscribe and follow along. We're gonna have a lot of fun, and I will keep you updated on all the fun projects that I'm doing. Thank you for tuning in. See you guys. Have a good week.